It's the 2025 Praise Experience Malawi Gospel Extravaganza, probably the biggest gospel concert of the year, live at the BICC Lilongwe, 6 December 2025, featuring 28 of Malawi's A-list gospel artists, including Miracle Chinga, Kamuzu Barracks Gospel Singers, Lloyd Perry, Great Angels Choir, Marvelous Deeds, Ande Seko, Maggie Mangani, Norman Perry, Alex Nkalo, Debbie Confidence Voices, Bishop Chimwemwe Mhango, Ruth Misi, Musa Bwemba, Chris Kantunze, Carlo Kadzua, Sam Maliza, Reverend Dayton Bewe, Betha Nkoma, Rudo Chakwera, Peter Mlangeni, Martha Mituka, and many more. Charges: standard ticket 20,000 kwacha advance and 30,000 at the door. VIP 50,000 kwacha, VVIP 100,000 kwacha. Tickets available at Lloyd Perry Shop, Toto Walkers, Patanki, Kabale Filling Station, Area 18 Filling Station, Area 18 Sanamu, Best Oil, CBM Superstorm Sungwi, Area 49 Panda, Nomonde Design Shop at BICC, Toto Filling Station City Center, BICC Reception, Maula Puma Filling Station, Puma Crossroads Filling Station, Kaunda Puma, Likuni Filling Station, Pamalewezi, Toto Bunda Filling Station, and Biwi Filling Station. Doors open at exactly 10 a.m. All artists will perform live, backed by the Praise Experience Band, and the entire show will be filmed for the Praise Experience Malawi Volume 2 album. So look sharp and dress for the occasion. Remember, all roads lead to the BICC in Lilongwe on 6 December for the 2025 Praise Experience Malawi Gospel Extravaganza, powered by AIA LED, Umodzi Park, TNM, and Web Tickets. See you there.
Economic class. Procurement of motor vehicles. Procurement of motor vehicles. Government has put a moratorium on the procurement of new vehicles and high-value assets until further notice. On special cases, controlling officers are advised to seek approval from the Office of the President and Cabinet. Exceptions will apply under agreed work plans and programs. Recruitment. Recruitments have been suspended, including an established posts until further notice. On a case-by-case basis, recruitment in essential and critical government services will be considered. Promotions. Promotion for officers from grades F and below will require prior authority from Treasury and Department of Human Resources Management and Development, RMD, to verify availability of funds. Promotions made without this approval will be rendered invalid. The payroll. All controlling officers are being reminded to personally verify and approve all payroll submissions made to DHRMD. This is the Department of Human Resources. Meetings. Ministries, departments, and agencies, or MDAs, are encouraged to hold physical meetings, office premises, and conduct virtual meetings, conferences, workshops, body meetings, interviews, shortlisting exercises, procurement, negotiations, and any other activities to save resources on travel. Size of delegations. The Chief Secretary to Government shall determine and approve the number and the composition of delegations traveling outside the country for any other government-prioritized trips. In cases where the travel is donor-funded, there will be no government expenditure in the form of any top-up allowances towards such travel. Procurement. According to the Public Finance Management Act 2022, it is illegal to commit government where there is no resources. And accordingly, all MDAs will be required services based on quarterly allotments provided by Treasury. Suppliers will be required to supply their goods or services only when they have received an IFMIS-generated local purchase order. All goods and services supplied without a system-generated LPO will not be paid by government. Payments will be made only upon delivery of goods and services, meaning there will be no advance payments for goods and services. Extra-budgetary requests. Extra-budgetary requests are not allowed and shall not be entertained by Treasury, except in special cases. MDA's expenditures will be restricted to the approved budget provision. Fuel entitlement. Fuel entitlement for public officers, including ministers, deputy ministers, and senior government officials, shall be reduced by 30% with immediate effect. Mineral contracts. Mineral contracts, government will review all mining licenses and contracts. Any mining licenses which have been idle for more than 5 years shall be revoked. And staff in embassies. Staffing in embassies. Government will reduce number of embassies and staff. Each embassy shall not have more than 5 officials, including the ambassador and high commission. Public sector on public finance management. Mr. Speaker, sir, my minister, through Department of Accountant General, will continue to build on the gains registered in the implementation of SAP-based IFMIS. One of the major activities for the current fiscal year is the activation of the Human Capital Development and the Payroll module. This module will replace the current software in the Human Resource Management, HRMIS, aiming to decisively address issues such as ghost workers and inflated wage bill. Mr. Speaker, sir, in order to strengthen financial and non-financial performance, the government is implementing a comprehensive SOE reform agenda that will see improvement in the liquidity management, debt monitoring, and revenue collection efficiency. Additionally, all statutory corporations will be required to implement performance-based contracts for boards and management governance. Furthermore, all non-performing chief executives, I repeat, for all non-performing chief executives with perpetual losses will have their contracts and benefits reviewed and, where possible, action taken. Mr. Speaker, sir, all statutory corporations fulfill their mandate and statutory obligations to contribute to the national revenue envelope through consistent and timely dividend remittance. Government will continue to strengthen oversight roles, enforce compliance, and promote reforms that will enhance the financial health and governance of statutory corporations. Through these efforts, we shall transform statutory corporations into financially viable, accountable, and value-creating enterprises that contribute meaningfully to the economic growth and fiscal resilience of Malawi. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have noted that most of our statutory corporations that are providing utility services, such as water, electricity, and fuel, are making huge losses, thereby exerting pressure on the national budget. Therefore, in order to address this challenge and to mitigate the associated risks, government will ensure that cost-reflective pricing is adhered to and that the statutory corporation services in the most efficient manner. Fiscal decentralization. Mr. Speaker, sir, His Excellency, the President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, is committed to ensure significant growth and development at constituency level across the country. In this regard, the Democratic Progressive Party promise of 5 billion allocation to each constituency will be implemented from 1st April 2026. You agree with me that this will be a game changer for our nation, as substantial amounts of resources will move from central government to local authorities. Government will develop the Constituency Development Fund guidelines, which will stipulate the implementation modalities and reporting frameworks. Reforms to build foreign exchange. Mr. Speaker, sir, this country has a lot of minerals. One of the high potential mineral is gold. I would like to applaud the stance taken by His Excellency the President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, in banning exportation of raw minerals. This directive will allow the country to beneficiate its minerals. Meanwhile, government has directed the Reserve Bank of Malawi to scale up gold purchase program and also monetize the purchased gold in order to improve the country's foreign exchange reserves. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to refer to the State of the Nation address in the August House by His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. Government will create a sovereign wealth fund to ensure that proceeds from the mineral exports benefit Malawians. In addition, government will also comprehensively review all minerals license, as I've said earlier on. Mr. Speaker, sir, in order to reduce smuggling of agricultural produce, government will establish commodity market exchange, COMEX, to facilitate the trading of all our agricultural commodities through transparent and formal structured markets. Mr. Speaker, sir, with immediate effect, government that all accommodation expenses by foreign tourists should be paid in foreign currency. With immediate effect, Mr. Speaker, sir, I repeat that government has directed that all accommodation expenses paid by foreign tourists should be paid in foreign currency. In order to facilitate this, all tourist operators should receive a foreign exchange dealing license from the Reserve Bank of Malawi. Mr. Speaker, sir, the government is putting up necessary measures to incentivize domestic production and encourage import substitution. This is aimed at reducing the country's import bill, and Malawi, as of now, is importing almost everything, and there's an urgent need to substitute some of these imports. Foreign exchange repatriation, Mr. Speaker, sir, exporters are currently allowed of 120 days, within which they must provide proof of receipt of their export process. This period, Mr. Speaker, sir, is too long for a country with short supply of foreign exchange. In order to improve supply of foreign exchange, government has therefore reduced this period to 90 days, effective immediately. Mr. Speaker, sir, on diaspora remittances, government will immediately banks to reduce the paperwork in opening the diaspora accounts, and also demarcate land for diaspora cities, and facilitate online transactions to reduce their cost of banking. Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, the government shall also immediately designate a support desk at the Malawi Investment and Trade Center, MITC, to coordinate and resolve all other outstanding issues that affect diaspora effective participation in domestic economic activity. Mr. Speaker, sir, one of the contentious issues is export process.
Can I have order, members? Members.
Mr. Speaker, sir, one of the contentious issues is the export process repatriation and the surrender requirements. Government has directed that if the exporter has import bills to meet, those bills will first be deducted from the export process, and the surrender 25% will be applicable only to the balance. I'm saying this is very, very important to people out there. On foreign exchange licenses, on foreign exchange dealing licenses, Mr. Speaker, sir, government has also directed that all licenses shall be renewed subject to successful completion of fit and proper tests of the chief executives, officers, foreign exchange dealers, and staff. Mr. Speaker, sir, government is also banning all short-term foreign exchange derivative market until sound regulatory framework has been put in place. There is a detectable practice. There is a detectable practice in the banking system which has pushed foreign exchange transactions to the derivative market, particularly on forwards and options. So with immediate effect, Mr. Speaker, sir, I repeat, all forwards and options have been banned. Mr. Speaker, sir, government has also put in place measures to ensure that foreign exchange that is due to the country through foreign exchange and shipping companies is duly enhanced and accounted for. Mr. Speaker, sir, as earlier indicated, the inflation remains very high at 28.5% in 2025. Fiscal and supply-side intervention will be implemented to ease inflation. In this regard, monetary policy rate will be maintained at appropriate levels that balance price increases and the country's growth aspiration. In terms of dealing with high currency in circulation, this local currency in circulation, government will going to limit cash withdrawals, both on the counter and the point of sale. These are ATMs and all the point of sales, and in order to promote electronic transfers. Revenue enhancement measures. Revenue enhancement measures. Mr. Speaker, sir, I now turn to the tax revenue measures. Can I be heard in silence? I now turn to the tax and non-tax revenue measures that government intends to implement for the remainder of the year and beyond. These measures have been instituted to stabilize public finances and in order to rebuild this fiscal space. Mr. Speaker, sir, before I present these measures, allow me to reiterate what I've said before. Assumed office, we found an economy in an exceptionally fragile state. The Malawi Congress Party government left behind an economy characterized by unsustainable debt, chronic fiscal deficit, depleted foreign exchange reserves, and a loss of investor confidence. Furthermore, Mr. finances were in disarray, revenues were stagnant, and key sectors were neglected. The kwacha had sharply depreciated against major trading currencies, and inflation had eroded household incomes. The fiscal space has effectively been closed, leaving government unable to meet even the most basic obligations without resorting to borrowing. It is within this challenging context, Mr. Speaker, sir, has been compelled to take decisive action, not out of choice, but out of need, in order to restore stability, rebuild credibility, and place Malawi on a sustainable path of growth. Consequently, I would like to implore my fellow members of Parliament, my fellow economists and experts, religious organizations, NGOs, civil society, the private sector, and all citizenry to support the measures I'm about to announce to secure a more resilient and prosperous Malawi. Allow me, Mr. Speaker, sir, to outline the proposed tax and non-tax measures. Income tax. Income tax. This is on bank transfer levy. Mr. Speaker, sir, government is introducing a modest 0.05% bank transfer levy to be applied on all bank transfers within or across banks and will be paid by the sender. Government is introducing a modest 0.05% bank transfer levy to be applied on all bank transfers, both within and across banks, and will be paid by the sender. Introduction of mobile. Mr. Speaker, sir, government will listen first. Government will introduce a 0.05% levy to be applied on transactions amounting on mobile money transfers of above